wondering, you're like, you're wondering how do I do this as a homeless woman? I don't know. I just do it. What should we do? Okay. I have behavioral problems. Um, so everybody want to know. It's not a sad story. I promised my mom that I'm not going to come up off of her death because who wants to come up off of their parents dying? That shit is tacky. So, pretty much just it's not a sad story. I don't want you to feel sorry for me. Me and my mother, bitch, I'ma fuck you up. Me and my mother, we made peace about it. She told me to talk to God in 2021. And she told me, we made peace with God. Pretty much, we talked to God last year because I went into cardiac arrest during my endoscopy last summer. I went into cardiac arrest. So, okay, on this life here on earth is temporary, which I understand. I'm gonna die regardless. What am I supposed to be saying? I don't remember. Oh, I forgot. Oh, something about being homeless. Okay. So growing up, I witnessed my mom get abused really bad. There's a lot of things that I forgot. My mom was in abusive relationships with men. She would get beat on. The same things that I'm going through is like she would get beat on by these men. The same thing that I'm going through, she would get psychologically abused, physically abused, all types of shit. And before I was thought of, she was going through this. So I took up a job on Zariga, whatever. And come to find out, like, my mom got beat really bad, like really, really bad. Da da da. And I witnessed her get beat really bad. And I used to have to. My mom used to teach me defense. Like I had to learn defense mechanisms to protect her when she would get abused. Like so, like you probably be like, "Oh, your daughter's mean," and it's like, there's some people that be around her, and I can sense. It was like I had to be like, you know how service animals are. So I guess when your parents are getting like when your mother's being abused, or if your dad's being abused, you had to like you had to like be on alert, like sense your parents. So pretty much I was there like sensing her, like, my mom don't feel safe, like da da da, and then sometimes I would have to like feel people's energy, feel people's vibes around my mom. And sometimes they're like, oh, no wonder why your daughter acts funny around certain people. And that's the reason why. So pretty much my mom used to get abused the same way that I'm getting abused. I don't think it's abuse, but around her time, she was getting abused like this by the men she was talking to and by their family, da da da. So pretty much you're like, how do I deal? Okay. My mom passed away in March. They're like, I'm like, they're like, you have excess resources, da da da. Your mom passed away. We're gonna transfer your case over. We're gonna close the case out and transfer it over to APS. So they transferred it over. They said I had like $1,000 something of unearned income, and they cut me off. I was like, okay, that's fine. So I started to pack my stuff and move out of the apartment. I moved out of the apartment in September, and I said, whatever. So I was homeless from September to 2025 this year. So I'm like working, getting jobs. I was getting unemployment insurance, and I was in graduate school trying to get my master's degree. So my unemployment ended in October, and I found a job, a CDL job on Zariga. And this is when I started to have flashbacks of my mother getting beat on by her ex-boyfriend. I think, oh, my mom used to get beat on by her ex-boyfriend out here. Da da da. So my mom, I'm on my way to Zariga, and my mom was like, Maya, no, turn back around. Turn back around, get back on the train. My mom's like, Maya, no, get back on the train. Like, Maya, don't go, get back on the train. Because me and my brother did get jumped out there also. So my mom's like, Maya, no, get back on the train. And I guess she was saying that because I was going to realize that one of her ex-boyfriends lived over there in the Spanish family, and that he was beating on her really bad. And I grew up during that time with her getting beat on and stuff. And my mom's like, Maya, no, turn back around. Like, don't get this job, turn back around. Like, I'm like, Mom, I just want to see. And then she's like, she's talking to me. She's like, like in spirit. She's talking to me in spirit. Like, Maya, I told you, I warned you to turn back around and just find another job. Like, I know you was running out of money, but still, like, you could always get money. So I stopped working there or whatever. So then, as like a small little break, I applied for UPS, and I applied for fucking, what else did I apply for? Oh, I was doing Uber Eats, and then I signed up for Uber Valet, like car delivery. So so I started doing car deliveries, like driving cars to customers who were reserving rentals and stuff. I still do that, but you know, the holiday this Christmas it wasn't that busy or whatever. But I do I valet cars to customers, and I also do food deliveries. So I do that, and I was doing uh fucking UPS, and I stopped doing UPS for seasonal, and I'm just doing Uber, and it's decent, but right now it's slow. So what happened? Some guy, he's like wondering like, oh, how do you cope with being homeless? How do you cope? Okay. So when I am a germaphobe. Everybody knows. My mom, she says I'm a big germaphobe. So my mom's like, how do you cope? And I mean, not my mom. Some guy. He's like, how do you cope with being homeless? My friend. He's like, how do you just go through this? So at first, I was deteriorating in the apartment. Like, I was deteriorating in the apartment. I looked really, really bad. Like really, really bad. Like dehydrated. It's the summertime. I looked so bad. Like I started losing weight. Da, da, da. I looked mad bad. Like it started in an apartment. So I moved to I moved out, stayed homeless or whatever. And I tried to go to the homeless shelter. That didn't work out. So pretty much what happened, I was deteriorating. I was real bad. I was smelling really bad. And I couldn't keep up with my hygiene and stuff because I didn't have money. And it was like fixed money, da da da. So I was in and out of urgent care or whatever. So I went to so I was homeless or whatever. I tried to go to the homeless shelter. That didn't work out. Because I saw people in the same neighborhood as me in the homeless shelter. Also, I'm like, how is that possible? So I was like, nah, I'm just gonna leave, whatever. Because how you here and whatever, like, so I left. So they was hating on my mother. I love my mom to a lot. So pretty much, he's like, how do I cope with being homeless? Like, it's just rotten. Like, how do I just let myself rot and da 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 up until now? So when I first became homeless, I would get like hygiene stuff. I would get wipes to wipe myself. I would spend the night at CVS. I would spend the night at CVS, and I would DJ. Cause I used to go to a 24-hour CVS and spend the night over there. in Brooklyn. And I used to DJ on my computer that I bought for school. I used to DJ and have fun or whatever. So niggas was started doing whatever. So I'm like cleaning myself, trying to learn how to clean myself, like learning how to adjust to being homeless. And I would chill in the train station. It used to be lit in the train station, but they started putting roaches in the train station. I said no. So I was just trying to make a way. So I was like rotting, like smelling sour, smelling like BV, da da da, whatever, whatever. I was smelling BV and um, I would smell like fungus, all types of shit. Like, and I was going through the same thing in the apartment. But then when I became homeless, my pussy stopped stinking. So I'm like, how my pussy stopped stinking? Like, I'm homeless. You know, when I was at home, I was smelling really bad, like really, really sour, way worse. But when I became homeless, I wasn't stinking as bad. My hygiene was up to par. So then I guess somebody caught me slipping from the old neighborhood in like in Brooklyn where I'll be at whatever, and they started to like, you know, okay, like her hygiene's up to da da da. Okay, so they started to make me have BV, make me stink, make me have accidents on myself, make me diarrhea, make me salvage my clothes. They would go through my bag, touch my property, put crack in my asshole. They would play with my pussy hole, have sex with me in my sleep without me knowing. They would do mad crazy shit. And um, I was always in and out of the urgent care up until October. So um, I started working, and I was getting my little check, and I was like, I'm gonna go to the Africans, get my hair braided, get my eyebrows done, get a Brazilian wax, get a pedicure. So I was getting all that done, my maintenance or whatever, because I was working while being homeless. So well, after I got all my maintenance or whatever, I was looking nice, whatever, da da da. So after like Halloween, I got beat up really bad. Like I almost got beat to death. Like the girl was gonna kill me. She said I was gonna drag you off. Like she was like I'm gonna drag her off the bus, da da da, whatever. And I got beat to death. So after that, I said fuck it. Like I'm gonna just let myself like rot. So I did finger coils in my hair, da da da. So I still to this day I feel like that. Like I'm gonna just let myself rot because it's like I'm not about to sit here and spend all my money or keep stealing from stores, hygienic stuff. I'm gonna just let myself rot. So I started letting myself rot, um, and I let myself deteriorate. And there's like all you have to do is go to the homeless shelter. I was like, I did, and I saw people in there. So people are like, oh, but these people are asking to take you in. It's like I don't want to be taken in by them. If the guys that I want to be taken in by don't want to take me in, why is a stranger want to take me in? So pretty much I am right now. I'm not gonna kill myself, but I am going to start traveling next year, like on solo trips and getting rental cars and living my life. I figured out a recipe for myself that may not work for other homeless people, and other homeless people figured out a recipe for themselves that may not work for other homeless people, which is fine because, like, I don't know, we're cut from different cloths. We're not cut from the same cloth. So pretty much, the homeless people, they never fuck with me. Even when I was domesticated, they didn't fuck with me. So they don't fuck with me or whatever. Like, they do their own little thing, whatever, whatever. But pretty much I just deal. Like there's not much I can do really. Like they kind of like every time I would go try to link this guy, they would like force it. Like or they'll like mob me like, oh, like you're mad ugly, you're mad because this nigga don't want to fuck you, da 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 da, you're mad because niggas don't want you. And I'm, what the fuck? And I'm not mad because niggas don't want me or because niggas don't want to fuck me or nothing. Like, that's not what I was put here. I'm not like an object. I'm not like a blow up doll. And it's like, turn around. Because I get to know niggas. When I talk to niggas, I get to know them. And they're like, she's not the most attractive woman, but she don't bullshit. And if you know, you know. Because one of them, I asked him, I said, do you prefer ass or titties? And he said he prefers ass. And I said, I know what type of nigga you are. And he mean like he prefers donkeys to a certain extent. He prefers donkeys. So he prefers women who are donkeys, like who are naive, who are innocent, ignorant, don't know much of nothing. So there is a guy who is trying to bring me back to that my teenage self. I don't like pedophiles, so I don't like pedophiles or child molesters. I don't like those at all. So pretty much, I was like, are you like infatuated with my 14-year-old self? Where I stink really bad, I didn't know nothing, da da da. And if that's the case, that means you were sexually abusing me. So my mom, she cries like she's with me every day in spirit. And she cries like she's heartbroken, like, Maya, I can't believe this happened to you, you're an adult. I said, I'm sorry it took all these years for me to witness it in spirit, to see for myself that I was telling the truth. Like, I was telling the truth, I was being sexually assaulted and sexually abused. And she didn't believe me she believed me and she caught people in the act, but the people that was telling her was doing it, she couldn't believe it. And those are the same people that are doing it now that I'm homeless, sleeping on the train and stuff like that. And I caught one of them in the act, but I was like asleep and tired, cranky. I didn't want it. Like, they're saying like I wanted it. I don't want it. So like, pretty much, like, I was the same thing that I was going through when I was being sexually assaulted and sexually abused as a little girl. And my mom, like, the stuff I'd be asking myself, my mom was wondering those things too. Like, why she smell like that when she's coming home from school? Like, when I took her to school, she wasn't smelling like that. And it's like, Maisha, do you know what is like when I was a little girl? And the same things was happening to me now that I'm older, and it's the same people. So it's like they would like I could just have used the bathroom and they would like spit in my butt or spit in my pants or do something dirty. Like, the women do it, the homeless women do it, and the homeless men do it. And they're like part of the older generation. And my mom is like lost for words. Like, she can't believe that they um crossed the line with me, even though even though I'm an adult. So it's like it's still considered sexual assault or whatever, or sexual abuse. So my mom's like, it's the same people that was abusing me when I was a kid. So it's like when I would come home from school, my mom would be wondering like why she smelled like that. Like, from daycare, like I would be in daycare all day, and my mom would bring me home from daycare, or she would like elementary school, and she'd be wondering like, I washed my daughter up. Like, I don't remember like her smelling like that. Like, and then she'd be like, Maya, are you like having sex? And I was like, no. Or is someone touching you down there inappropriately that they're not supposed to be doing? And my mom, she been through a lot, and she witnessed a lot. She witnessed me and my brothers get sexually abused as kids, and what can a mother do? Imagine you being a mom and witnessing your kids being sexually abused and there's nothing you could do about it. You would be like lost for words. So, I when I was a kid, I did take matters into my own hands, and when people did sexually abuse me, I took matters into my own hands, and um, yeah. But I can't really disclose that part. But I took matters into my own hands and defended myself. But pretty much it's the same people. So my mom was like, okay, I thought I was crazy. My mom was like, I had to see like if I was going crazy. So I was like, I guess I'm not, because I have the same questions. Like I'd be like I could be walking and then it'd be like so moist, but it's like saliva moist, not like a discharge moist. It's like saliva moist, like somebody spit down there. And then like when I would go to the bathroom, it smells like spit. Like if you was to have sex and somebody spit down there, or like it'd be like, why my butt is moist, and it's like, did somebody spit on my butt? And it's like, ew. Like I would be so weirded out, and my mom was like, I thought I was going crazy because I was wondering the same thing when you was a little girl. So pretty much I'm going through the same thing I was going through when I was a little girl, and that's the reason why I can handle it. But it's very uncomfortable to talk about. There's a lot of things that these homeless men did to me that I can only imagine. Like, I mean, that's why the guys, they don't want to fuck with me, because it's like, ew, like, But I went to the GYN in December to get checked. I'm not having volunteer sex. Like, I'm not having intercourse right now. I have been abstaining since September, honestly. They do sexually assault me in my sleep without me knowing. So I could wake up and be like, why does it feel like saliva? Or why does it feel overly wet or something? Like, it's very uncomfortable. They don't care if I'm on my period. They do not care if I just took a mean shit. They will do what they gotta do. Um, so pretty much, and they will also do it in a homeless shelter also. They was doing that in the homeless shelter. That's the reason why I left the homeless shelter. So pretty much, my mom is like here with me in spirit, like, Maya's gonna be okay. I'm calling you home sooner than you think. Cause not my but like, can you imagine like being a mother and witnessing your children being abused, like, and witnessing your children being abused, and there's nothing you can do about it? That's the situation my mom was in. My mom was being abused, and I would be overprotective over her, and we did have our ups and downs, but behind closed doors, these people were being very, like, I could be in school and these people would be very mean to her, doing what they're doing to me, they would do to her. And like, um yeah, so can you imagine like witnessing your own children get abused, and either the father's abusing them right in front of, like, my mom caught my dad abusing me right in front, and she's telling him to stop, and he's like, it's traumatizing to a mother, and she's like, you know don't know what to do, uh telling her there's nothing she could do about it, and it's like, how do you say that about, you know so seeing what my mother went through makes me scared as a woman to like settle with a man. I always be like, I don't want a boyfriend, da da da. Even a woman, I don't want a girlfriend, or whatever. But yeah. So pretty much, there's a lot of stuff that people be doing when they was abusing my mother, but I don't know. They kind of forced me to like deal with this. Like, they ban me from stores. They always want to cause problems, file reports, file complaints, da da da. Like, I run this mall, you don't. I'm gonna show you how much power I have over you. Like, it's all types of shit that be going on. But do I care? No, because I'm not about to put up a fight with people who don't even know me from a hole in the wall. Because if they did, they wouldn't even be bothering me. But pretty much I'm about to leave or whatever. But I'm about to leave. I understand. I'm leaving. I'm. I understand. I'm leaving. I know, 100%. But you can stay there standing and talking, but you have to stand. You can't stand on the floor. Okay. Other than that, you can continue. Copy. They send me from the office. I can't leave unless you're like standing up. Oh, all right. So, anyways, my mother, she been through a lot of stuff, and like I was protecting her, me and my brothers, and my autistic brother, we was protecting her. We had to learn self-defense and stuff like that to protect our mom. My mom's not weak. I don't think that about my mother. So, um, they're calling me weak or whatever. I don't know. They're calling me weak. They wouldn't be in my business, but whatever. So they do the same thing to me, my mother. Me and my mother and I. So they're like, all like, to me, they say the same thing. Like, I'm weak. I'm like the weakest link. Da da da. Da da da. They do a lot of stuff. But it's like, oh, how can you cope with it? And it's like, I just deal with it. Like, I really don't be bothered by them because, what do you want me to do? Cry myself to sleep at night? I don't know. Um, I don't know. I'd rather be homeless because it's like, if a man really, like, if somebody really wanted to take me in out of the kindness of their heart, they would have done it already, you know? It's already December, and I'm not about to sit here and, like, throw bitch fits and be like, take me in, I want you to take me in. So I guess, like, the guy is probably, like, wondering, like, why is she not, like, why is my agent not tripping? Why she's not being desperate? Why she's not prostituting? Like, da 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 da. So, I was blessed in her gang set to be a pimp, and I was forced in gang. So, I was forced to be a gang member, and my role in the gang was to be a pimp. So, that's the reason why I'm like totally against prostituting. They'll be like, how can you say that when I said yes? There's some shit that I did. There's some strange shit that I did, yes, but not like in prostituting manner. So no, it wasn't. So, I got forced into a gang to be a pimp or whatever, and that's the reason why I will never be a prostitute, because I'm too prideful to sell pussy. Because when I was forced into a gang set, they taught me how to be a pimp, and that was my role in the gang, was to be a pimp. So pretty much, I don't know. I don't hate myself. I love myself a lot. It taught me a lot about myself. Like, you gotta be careful. Like, the people, you never know when you might need someone. Like, I don't need Clarissa. I don't need her. But I needed Isaiah in this time of, like, in this dark time, I needed Isaiah. But I did a lot of bad things to him, to where, I did a lot of bad things to him, to where, um, I said and did a lot of bad things to him, to where it's understandable why he don't want to help me. Can I, like, it's a hassle. Like, I don't want to be bothered with her, yada, yada, yada. You get it? So, pretty much is like that. So, am I mad at Isaiah that he don't want to help me? No. But was it a learning lesson for me? Yes. Before I was homeless, it was a learning lesson. And after I became homeless, it was a learning lesson. Like, mommy said, like, it's fine. Did I cry about it? No, not really. I didn't really cry about it, but I was able to be understanding of Isaiah's perspective of why he didn't want to give me a helping hand, or why he didn't want to fuck with me again. which is understandable. Can I be mad at him? No. Am I gonna beg him? No, because I'm done begging people for help. It's like, all right, in the time of need, you don't fuck with me. All right, that's fine. So, in a time of need, is like Isaiah showed a lot of guys, they showed, all right, I don't fuck with you, okay? That's really what they showed. So it's like, okay, you don't fuck with me, that's fine. And then it's like, I'd be like, let me think about it. I said some bad things about these guys, so should I really be mad that they don't want to help me? No, I shouldn't be mad that they don't want to help me because that's how they feel. As far as family, the same thing. Like, I'm not mad that, like, yes, family may run into me, but should I be mad at them? No, because I know how they feel about me. And I don't know if they know how I feel about them, but I know how they feel about me. They don't really fuck with me like that. So why be in their face, looking stupid like a clown? So I was like, I'm not gonna sit there and do more than what I need to and reach out to people who don't want to be reached out to, or pretend like make it up to people or kiss people ass for the things that I need in life. And it's not even about pride. It's about a reality check. I'm 28 years old. Like, look what you said about these people. Look what you did to these people. You have to add those all together and be understanding that maybe they don't want to deal with you. Maybe they don't want to be bothered by you. And that is completely fine. I'm not jealous of nobody, but it is completely fine to not be, like, to want to be bothered or to not want to be giving people a helping hand. Like, she's an adult, she can figure it out herself. And they're completely right. I'm an adult and I figured it out myself. And is it like to boast and brag or to say, I'm doing better or I know any more than anybody else? No. But at the end of the day, it's like people don't give a fuck. People are cold-hearted. This is New York City and it's tough love. So sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do, and regardless of how people feel, nobody gives a fuck about your sad story. If I was to move to another state, nobody would care about my sad story. And this is the first city that I need to learn that in before I move to another state and, not be able to handle the harsh reality, because there are some states that are way harsher than New York City. They do not give a fuck about your sad story. So, especially if you put yourself in that situation. So, it's like I put myself in this situation, but can I get myself out of it? Yes, I can. But it's like, what? Like, I don't think people need to worry about me if they're not like helping me or like, you know. And even if you offer the help, it's like, is it the help that I'm looking for? Because you could be offering someone help, but it may not be the help that they want. So sometimes you also have to think like that too. It's like, is she looking for help for a stranger to take her in? No, I'm not looking for help for a stranger to take me in, because that's very weird. Like, he could probably kill me the same night or be trying to prostitute me or traffic me or something. So no, but it's like, at the end of the day, I don't really know what you guys want me to do. Like, sit here and cry about the mistakes that I made. I can't. My mother told me, you're an adult, and these are the mistakes you made. And sometimes you just have to understand mistakes are mistakes, and these are life lessons. So my mom is my toughest teacher, and she taught me a valuable lesson. I'm not jealous of my cousin, but do I have to sit here and suck up to you guys or put on a humble act or cry about it? No, because I already know where I went wrong. And it's like, sometimes you have to be honest with yourself. Sometimes that's the tough love that you need in order to be a better person. Sometimes people not being there for you, the people that you thought was there for you, sometimes it gives you a reality check. Okay, these people are not there for me, but I know who's there for me. My mother and God was always there for me in flesh and in spirit. So it's more so like, okay, Those are the only two people that was there for me. But it's like, look how you did them. And it's like, I didn't do them foul. Like, I'm not like a foul person because my mother's still here for me. Because if that's the case, she would turn her back on me. And pretty much, it's more so. I understand they want to live their life. I have a life too. So I have a life to live. That's what I learned to realize. I have a life to live, and I don't need to be worrying about what Isaiah is up to. I don't need to be worrying about who's the next guy I just met today. What is he up to? I don't need to worry about that. I have a life to live, and I have to live for myself.